Welcome in, everybody. Today is April 17th, 2025, and we have a doubleheader here lined up between the Nemaha Central Thunder and the LeCompton Cause. Yeah, for a second I forgot what the mascot of LeCompton was. So LeCompton coming in with a 6-6 record. Nemaha Central sitting at 5-4, coming off of a sweep of Sabetha, cross-country county rival, just the other night. So I'll go through the starting lineup here real quick. First for Nemaha Central, it will be Heenick playing second base, leading off, followed by Olberding at shortstop. Sam Nordis in the 3-hole, playing center field. Garrity is the designated hitter in the cleanup spot. 5-hole, you got Derek Wirtz. He'll be playing first base tonight. After that, you got Peterson. He'll be playing left field. Then you got Thomas behind the plate, Mackey at third, and Carter Hike at right field. Camden Smits is towing the rubber for the Thunder in the first game. Nemaha Central, coached by Skip Mayberry, Jesse Helm, and Austin Garrity. For LeCompton, you're going to have Dean leading off. He's going to be playing shortstop. Metcalf going to be pitching. He's in the 2-hole. Starnes, he's behind the plate, batting third. Habiger, batting cleanup. He is playing second base. Not a typical power position for LeCompton. Usually don't see a power hitter at second base. Then after that, you got Tucker at third base. Crean playing left field. Trendle at first. Buttram playing right field. And Baker playing center for the Cause. The Cause are coached by Kent Hook, assisted by Chase Hook and Caden Byers. So we should be getting going here pretty soon. Both teams have taken their field, done the warm-ups, waiting for the officials to come out onto the field. And there is the manager for LeCompton walking out, and there's Schuler Mayberry making his way out to home plate as well. So we got a good game for you. Wind is blowing in from left field. It's kind of been shifting. Sometimes it goes from pole to pole, from left field pole to right field pole. Other times it looks like it's shifting in and coming in from the left field pole towards about the pitcher's mound. So prevailing wind from left to right. So anything hit in the air today, especially with that spin already going to be drawn towards the line, it's going to be pushed out of bound or out of fair territory, possibly out of the field of play. Other than the wind, we have a beautiful day, mid-70s, maybe 80 degrees. But you're not going to get a sunny day without the wind this time of year. That's just part of it, living in northeast Kansas. 84 degrees is what my production team tells me, and I haven't even introduced my production team yet. I'm Cody Sonley. I'll be calling the game. Caleb Ridenauer sitting to my left, does all the production, does a great job for it. Wind's blowing 21 mile an hour. Is what we got for wind speed right now. So that's going to affect a lot of plays out in the field today. Keep an eye on that. Hopefully as the sun goes down, the wind will slow down a little bit for that second game. But the way things have gone the last few days, I wouldn't doubt it. And there's the handshakes. When we are going to cue up the national anthem here real quick. Both teams are going to take the field, and we're going to take a moment and listen to the national anthem. Then we'll bring you the start of this game. There was the national anthem, and we'll get set back up with the video camera. Looks like we are about ready to go. Skylar giving his team some last words of encouragement as they take the field. We are about underway in Nemaha County from Swisher Field. Camden Smith's on the mound for Nemaha Central to start out game one. Hard-throwing young kid. Sophomore, I believe. Yes, he is. No, he's junior. Hard thrower. He's got some good movement to his pitches as well. And here we go. Eli Dean be the first batter for visiting cause. Playing shortstop. Nice breaking ball called for a strike by Smits. 0-1 the count. In the dirt, good block by Thomas. Evens out the count, 1 apiece. Upstairs, 2-1. Dean, a three-sport standout for the cause. You may remember him from football season and basketball season. He's a good athlete. That's why he's in the leadoff position. Breaking ball. Got him to swing. Evens out the count, 2 apiece. Outside pitch. Hits it off to shortstop. Throw over to 1 in time. So Dean is out on a grounder. 6-2 ground play. 6-3, excuse me. So that'll bring up Garrett Metcalf, the pitcher for Perry LeCompton. Line drive nearly took off Camden Smith's head into the outfield, and that's going to be a single. So Metcalf jumps on the first pitch he sees and shoots it right back up the middle. So Cage Starn, the 3-hole hitter, be up. Runner on first. Big lead from Metcalf over at first. Just on the outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Starnes. Throw over to first and gets past Worse at first base. Metcalf is on this horse. Round 2. He's going to go to 3. No throw. And the errant throw by Smits gives the cause 2 extra bases. So that puts Starnes in the easy RBI position here. You get anything halfway deep, and that's going to score the runner from third, and you're up 1-0 early on in this game. So you got to think that's what Starnes is going to try and do. Swung on, hit to second base. That's going to score a run over to first in time. So Metcalf comes around to third and comes around and scores after the errant pickoff throw to first base. Starnes gets a sack grounder for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Habiger with nobody on, the cleanup hitter for the Cause. Swung on, hit a mile in the air, and that's going to be backing out of play. Smitch with the offering. Inside. Backed Habiger off the plate a little bit. 1-1. Swung on, hit up in the air. Wind's going to push it back in. And it does, and it drops inside. And he wasn't running. Throw over to one. They got him. Habiger popped that up and thought the wind was going to take it out of play, but that blew it all the way back into fair territory. And Smith's heads-up job of jumping on it and throwing to one because Habiger was not running. So kind of a dumb play by Habiger, but yeah, Nemaha Central gets out of it. Perry sends four to the plate. One run comes across. It's 1-0 as we go into the bottom one. You're watching NC Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
National Bank is truly a locally owned bank. It was started 40 years ago by a group of approximately 15 families in this Nemaha County area. Their desire was to have and to start a new banking institution, and they did. CNB is truly committed to the area and remains very locally owned. So stop by and give us a chance to be your financial partner.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. TFI Family Services, Soother Building Supply, Crestview Nursing Home, Farm Bureau Insurance, Community National Bank, and Ag Partners. So Habiger up to the plate in the bottom half of the inning, just kind of, you were taught at a young age, always run out everything. And he stood there and watched that ball go a mile in the air and get blown back into the field of play. And when that ball dropped in fair territory, Habiger was 6 feet away from home plate. He could have been sitting on second base if he had sprinted out of the box. But either way, Nemaha Central catches a break. Up first for Nemaha Central is going to be Henick, playing second base today. He's batting .455 with 5 doubles and 10 RBIs on the season. Having a heck of a season for a sophomore year. Takes on the outside pitch. No balls, 1 strike. Breaking ball a little bit too far outside. 1-1. Up next will be Evan Olberding, followed up by Sam Nordis. Right at the knees. That looked a little low from up here, but we don't have the best angle at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled back in our direction. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on, belted towards left field. Henick is on his horse. He's going to go to second base easily. And he's in there with a double. He put a shot into that. Without that wind, that might have hit off the wall or even carried over. So Henick is on with a leadoff double. That'll give Evan Olberdine and Sam Nordis following up behind a good RBI opportunity to even out this game in the bottom of the first. It was a high pitch that he got around on. I'm surprised he got around on it the way he did. Olberdine puts down the bunt down the first base line. Metcalf does have it. That advances the runner over to third. Good sacrifice from Olberdine. That'll be the first out of the inning, and now Sam Nordis is coming up for Nemaha Central playing center field. Nordis batting .370 on the year, 4 doubles, the leading RBI man on the team with 12 so far. Big RBI opportunity here. Breaking ball stays up. Henick thought about it, broke about a third of the way down the line, thought better of it. Swung on, belted towards left field. Crean is underneath of it, but that's going to be deep enough, and Henick is going to score. Throw in, not nearly in time as Henick scores on the sacrifice fly from Nordis. So Nemaha Central ties things up with back-to-back sacrifices from their 2- and 3-hole hitter. So that'll bring up the DH, Reese Garrity, the righty or the lefty. With that wind, if he can turn on one today, he'll really push it over that right field fence. One of just 2 players to hit a home run so far this season for Nemaha Central. Tried to turn on one a little bit too far outside. 0-1. Levi Thomas was the only other player on NC to hit a dinger this year. As Garrity takes one and just got him in the butt or upper thigh. That's where you want to be hit if you're going to get hit.
Now batting number 23, Derek Wirtz.
So Derek Wirtz up to the plate now. Garrity sitting on first. Snap throw over. Garrity back in time. Garrity with not a very big lead over at first. Low. 1 ball, no strikes. Snap throw over once again.
He's not standing on the rubber right off the bat.
Fouled off and out of play. 1-1. Yeah, Metcalf's really worried about Garrity at first base.
He's not the fastest.
He is not the fastest. Once again, it's another throw over. Maybe he's worried about a hit and run opportunity, trying to keep him honest more than anything. Because Garrity is not a stolen base threat. Upstairs, snap throw once again. If anything, Garrity is getting into the heads of the cause in Metcalf and Starnes right now. That's what you got to do as a base runner, just be a pest. 2 balls, 1 strike. Takes ball 3 low. 3-1 the count. So Metcalf, so preoccupied with the base runner, needs to come back from a little bit of a hole here with the batter. Takes upstairs and he walked him. So Garrity moves up to second base and Wirtz is sitting at first now for Caden Peterson. Come up in the 6th hole. Opportunity for a 2-out rally from the Thunder. Ooh, looked to be a little low from up here, but strike called. No balls, one strike.
Looked like a tailing fastball.
Swung on, hit towards the gap at left center. Crean is there, and he does make the catch. Good play by Crean to make a jumping catch out in left center and end the little rally that Nemaha Central had going. So NC comes up to bat and puts 6 up to the plate. Only 1 run comes across in the leadoff, and Chris Heenick. Not Chris. But we'll Caleb Heenick, yeah. So we'll go back, take a quick break, and be back for the top of the second. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success, come join our team.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Thunder evening up the score 1 apiece in the bottom of 1 with a leadoff double from Heenick, and then back-to-back sacrifices from the 2 and 3 hole hitter, getting him around. Sacrifice bunt to move him over to 3, and then sacrifice fly to get him in from home. So up next for the cause will be Tucker, playing the hot corner for Perry LeCompton today. Lone outside for ball 1. Well, same spot. 2-0. Tucker will be looking for his pitch up in the count. I think he had it, but it swung on and fouled back into the net. Just couldn't put good wood on it. Takes low, 3-1. Once again, good hitters count. Inside, and he walked him. So back-to-back innings. No, not back-to-back, excuse me. Metcalf was the second batter in the first inning. So the leadoff batter is on for Perry LeCompton. That'll bring up Crean, the left fielder. Crean squares around, no attempt. 1-0. Once again, square around. That one's in there for a strike. Not sure if he thought it was a ball or if those breaking balls are tough balls to lay down. So maybe just made the decision he didn't want to attempt at it. 1-1 the count. Squares around, attempts this time, fouls it back. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes now, and I assume the bunt will be off. Grounder. Wirtz has it at first. Didn't handle it cleanly, so he didn't have an opportunity at the double play, but does get the runner. So Tucker will move up to second base.
Now batting number 17, Cooper Trindle.
So that'll be a ground out 3 for the first out of the inning. Up next for the Cause is Cooper Trindle hitting in the 7 hole, playing first base. Upstairs, ball 1. Inside, ball 2. Smith's paying attention to Tucker pretty closely at third base. Olverding trying to keep him honest. Right down the middle for ball 3. I don't know where that one was that our umpire.
I'll say it was above the letters.
And we got a little issue with the helmet. So Thomas gets another one. So 3 balls, no strikes to Trindle. Think he's got a green light here?
Probably not.
He did not, and takes ball 4 outside. So 2 base on balls from Smits this inning has gotten himself into a little bit of a pickle. Got runners on first and second now with 1 out. Buttram up to the plate. Playing right field for the Cause today. Strike called. Good pitch right down the middle. But it had a little off-speed action to it. Inside. 1-1. Corners are still playing pretty deep for Nemaha Central. Upstairs, 2-1. Thought maybe they might move the corners in on a hot shot and try and help them out in a double play situation.
Derek's in front of the base.
Derek is playing a little bit in front, but third baseman's not.
Yeah, Jack Mackey, I don't know why he's not playing.
Snap throw down to first. Good save by Wirtz. Diving catch to make sure that ball didn't go into right field. So strike called on the pitch, and that's a 2-2 count now to Buttram. Upstairs, couldn't quite get on top of that breaking ball. Counts full. Runner at first and second. 1 out. Just on the outside part, no call. That's a tough one. So 3 walks from Smits, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. The good news is you got Baker, who's the 9-hole hitter for the Cause coming up. Skip out there giving some instruction to his team. Little words of encouragement and letting them know what to do. Situational.
Now batting number 8, Caden Baker.
So Caden Baker, the 9-hole hitter, up to the plate. So best hope in this opportunity is to get him to turn over on one and get a double play, get out of the inning. Upstairs, ball one. Smith's working out of the windup again. Low and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Inside 3-0. And there's no chance that Baker has a green light on this one. Smith struggling with his command in the second inning. Inside ball 4, and that's going to walk home a run. So Tucker comes around to score. Trindle is on third now. Buttram moves up to second, and Baker now on first. And out comes Mayberry. We're going to have a pitching change. Looks like it's going to be Evan Olberdine coming in to take the mound. So we'll take a break, let him get some warm-up pitches, and we'll be back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV.
Being one of the top investment custodians in the country is something we're proud of, but we are even more proud that we made it happen from right here in Seneca. C&B Custody is the best in our industry because of our people that were raised in this community knowing how to work hard, on farms, in small businesses, in sports, and at some of the best schools around. Our Kansas values mean we know how to treat our customers right, something our competitors can miss. Working as a team, we accomplish big things every day.
Welcome back. Evan Olberding now the pitcher for Nemaha Central. That's going to move Heenick over to shortstop. Caden Peterson over to second base. Peterson was in left, and it looks like so order flips over. Eli Dean up to bat. Swung on, hit a mile, but that's going to be out of play. Wind. That looked like it was going to hit one of the cars at first. Wind did blow that back into play. Neither the third baseman nor the left fielder could reach it. Outside, good block by Thomas behind the plate. 1-1 the count. 1 run is across already in this inning. Olberding on in relief. Takes one a little low, I guess. 2 balls, 1 strike. Looked like the seems like the zone shrunk a little bit between the first and second innings. That one is inside. Dean and a good hitter's count, 3-1. Olberding's going to have to give him one. In the dirt, and that's going to walk home another run. So Trindle will come around to score. Buttram moves up to third. Baker up to second. Now Dean on first. That's the 5th walk of the inning for Nemaha Central. Hit off the end of the bat. That's going to be pushed out towards second base, and Peterson has it. So fly out to the second base. Nobody advances. That's about the best you could ask for in that position other than the double play. So up comes Starnes with 1 RBI in the game as he takes one outside. Starnes came up to bat with Metcalf sitting on third base in his first at-bat and pushed one to the right side, scoring Metcalf. His little nubbler right behind the plate. 1-1 the count. Big breaking ball just on the outside part. 2-1. 2 runs have came across in this inning. If they could strand 3, it would be a win for Nemaha Central. As Starnes swung on and misses it, or tips it, right back into the net. So now it's 2-2 count. Wolverine's got 1 pitch he can play with, or he can go right after him. Swung on, hot shot over the glove of the third baseman. It's into left field. 1 run has scored. Another one is going to come across the plate as the throw is cut off. So Buttram comes to score. Baker comes around to score. And that's going to be a single, 2 RBI single for Starnes.
Now batting number 3, Houston Habiger.
That was a hot shot, and that's landed about 4 feet right in front of Mackey at third base. That's a tough one to snag. Would not, if I were the official scorer on that one, I think I'd be giving it a hit. As hard as that ball was hit. I don't think there was much that Mackey could have done. So we're getting a courtesy runner for Starnes, the catcher. Nemaha Central not out of the woods yet after that hit. Still got a runner on first and second, 2 out. Off-balance swing from Habiger. Habiger was the one that popped it up. Looked like it was going to be out of play and blew back into foul territory. And another off-speed outside pitch has him off balance. Habiger quickly down 0-2 with 2 ugly swings. And Habiger rips one down the line. That's a fair ball. 1 run is in. Throw in is cut off once again. And Habiger from an 0-2 count lines one just past third baseman for a single and an RBI.
Now batting number 4, David Tucker.
David Tucker now up to bat for Perry. Everyone has batted around this inning. Outside. Inside. Tucker led off this inning with a walk. Came around to score. Low and away, and it's 3-0 to Tucker. Nemaha Central pitcher struggling with command on the mound tonight. And ball 4, and Tucker draws his second walk of the inning. And that's going to load the bases. Starnes now sitting at third, Habiger sitting at second, and Tucker sitting at first. Crean hits a little dribbler down third base, and Mackey has it and steps on the bag. But the damage has been done. 5 runs come across for Perry LeCompton in the top of the second. Now 6-1 as we go to the bottom two. Nemaha Central up to bat next. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Nemaha Valley Motors has been proudly serving our Northeast Kansas community for over 5 decades. Come check out our great selection of vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and GMC trucks. Don't see what you're looking for? Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Don't forget about service. Our technicians are factory trained to handle any mechanical issues, including alignments. Come experience the difference here at Nemaha Valley Motors in Seneca.
Come be a part of our family.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. SBS Insurance, United Bank and Trust, Nemaha Valley Motors, St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Cook and Company, and CNB Custody. So a forgettable inning for Nemaha Central in the top half of the inning as they walk 1, 2, 3, 4. Issue 6 walks. And of those 6 walks, 1, 2, 5 came around to score. So they've plated 5 in the inning, and all of them were base on balls. So Levi Thomas, the catcher, up to bat. Takes low for ball 1. Fouled back. Thomas hitting .286 on the year. The other player we mentioned earlier to hit a home run for the Thunder. 9 RBIs. Good player for just a sophomore. In their first strike call. 1 ball, 2 strike. Off speeds. Got him. The off-balance swing from Thomas. First strikeout we've had for either team in the game. So Jack Mackey up to the plate now. Grounded out to shortstop. Dean has it. Throw over to 1. A little high, but it's handled by Trendle over at 1. So 2 up, 2 down quickly for Nemaha Central. Carter Hike in the 9 hole. That one got out of Metcalf's hands a little bit, slipped out of there. Sailed it about a foot over Hike's head. Once again came up and in on Hike. 2-0. Came back with a low one, got Hike to swing at it. You got to be brave to go up and in on Carter Hike. Swung on, hit towards left center field. Center fielder is there and makes the catch. And that'll be it. 3 up, 3 down for Nemaha Central in the bottom 2. So they'll take the field again. Perry will come up with those red-hot bats right now. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
There's a place where we all come together. A place where everyone knows your name and what the usual means to you. A place for conversations and for comfort. The best biscuits and gravy in town. We know what it means to love a community, to be a part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. 6-1 as we go into the top three. Excuse me. So that'll bring up Trindle, the first baseman, as he takes strike one. Inside. Trindle walked in the second. Came around to score. Outside. 2-1. Olberdine working quick from the mound. Dribbler right up the middle. Throw over to one. Got him. Nice play from Olberdine at the mound. Coming up and making the play. So that'll bring up Buttram, the right fielder for the cause. Walked and came around to score in the last inning. Off balance swing. Strike one. Ball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Well, Nubber Wirtz is making a run for it. And a Perry LeCompton player came out of the dugout to make that catch. Wirtz wasn't going to be able to get to it. But it should be a warning from the officials. And the officials are going to get together, say something about it. You can't enter the field of play if you're not in the batter's box or on deck to make a play on the ball. Wirtz was clearly not going to be able to get to the ball, but yeah, it's absolutely part of the rules. They do call him out. So Buttram is going to be called out. Yeah. A player from the dugout entered the field of play, made a play on the ball, even if Wirtz could not get to it or not. It's part of the rules. You got to stay in the dugout. So second boneheaded play we've seen from Perry LeCompton today.
Batting number 8, Hayden Baker.
So I'm just going to say I don't even know how to put that in the book.
Exactly.
Takes ball 1. Baker, the 9-hole hitter. Strike called, 1-1. Nice shot out into left field from Baker. Nemaha Central able to hold him to just one base as it was hit on a line right towards the left fielder, Strothman.
Now batting for the cause, number 9.
So Baker gets a single, and that'll bring up the top of the order, and Eli Dean has grounded out to shortstop in his first at-bat and then walked and came around to score in the second. Baker with a decent lead over at first, and he's going. Throw down to second. Oh, it looked like they got him. Must have been underneath the tag. Athletic play from Caden Peterson to just make that catch. His momentum was taken in one direction. Dropped the tag, everything. I thought they had him, but Baker gets the stolen base. Now pass ball. Baker's going to move up to third. Wild pitch, rather. So Dean sitting with 1 ball, 1 strike. Baker at third now. Looked like Nemaha Central was going to get out of this inning. 1, 2, 3. Dean puts a charge into it towards right field. Hike is retreating. That's going to be over his head, and that's going to be gone. So Eli Dean gets a couple RBIs. He comes around to score. That wind pushing everything towards right field. He got all of it. That wind certainly didn't hurt it.
Batting for the cause, number 7, Garrett Metcalf.
Metcalf hits one to short. Gets him out at first. So 5 people come up to plate for Perry LeCompton, and 2 runs come around on the home run by Eli Dean. 7-1 as we go to the bottom of the third. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
We are looking for what everybody's looking for. The employee who wants to come to work, wants to do what's right for the company, the same thing everybody's looking for. In order to entice people, we have a really good benefit plan, great health insurance, ownership, believes in good benefits for our people.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. First Heritage Bank, Life Care Center of Seneca, Mitchell Appliance, Nemaha Valley Community Hospital, and Shelter Insurance. As we go to the bottom 3, Nemaha Central trailing 8-1.
Leading up for the Thunder, number 10, Caleb Heenek.
Caleb Heenek, top of the order, leading off for Nemaha Central. Shot just past the outstretched glove of Dean. Heenek thought about rounding it going to 2, but Perry gets the ball in quickly. So Heenek's 2 for 2 on the day. Started off with a double. Got a single. He's just a triple and a home run away from the cycle. Evan Olberdine up to bat. Had a nice sack bunt in the first when we thought this would be a low-scoring affair. Snap throw over. Heenek's back in time. One more. Same result. Nice hit out to left field. So Nemaha Central playing station to station. As Olberdine gets a single, that'll put Heenek at second, Olberdine at first. So Sam Nordis coming up to the bat. Got an RBI and a sac fly in the first. Metcalf trying to keep Heenek honest at second. Be a good time for Nordis' first dinger of the year. Outside, blocked by the catcher, Starnes. He's got 4 doubles, 12 RBIs, 13 RBIs after that one in the first inning, I guess. Hitting .370, good ball player. Outside, good snag by Starnes. 2 balls, no strikes to count, so he's going to have to put something in there for Nordis to hit. Offered at one, missed in the dirt. 2-1 the count. 2 on, nobody out. Big breaking ball outside. So good hitters count for a good hitter. And Nordis, and 2 on. Maybe a chance for Nemaha Central to claw back into this game. Big opportunity. Takes one upstairs over his head and he walked him. So bases are jacked now for Garrity.
Not the right person to jack the bases for, especially being a lefty.
Yeah. Garrity with a lefty and that prevailing wind blowing right to right field today. The power hitter probably has the most pop out of anyone in this lineup. That's why he's sitting DH in the cleanup. So things could get interesting this at bat.
Now batting number 8, Reese Garrity.
Takes ball on the outside part. They're going to definitely be working Garrity on the outside. They do not want him to be able to turn with that wind. Oh, big rip at the plate and missed it. 1-1 the count. Up and in. Snap throw back to first. Nordis was paying attention. Gets back in time. 2-1 count to Garrity. Swung on, hit a mile in the air towards center field. Center fielder is there. Keeps backtracking on it. Does make the catch. That's going to score 1. All runners advance. So Henoch is around to score for the second time today on the sacrifice from Garrity.
Batting for the Thunder, number 23,
Evan Olberding moves up to third. Sam Nordis moves up to second. So Derek Wirtz with an opportunity. Takes upstairs for ball 1. Wirtz drew a walk his first time. Little nubbler out to the shortstop. Over to 1. Has it in time. 1 run will score. That'll be the second out of the inning. So Olberding comes around to score. Nordis moves up to third base. So Caden Peterson up to bat with another RBI opportunity.
number 14, Caden Peterson.
Peterson put a charge into it in his first at bat, but right to the left fielder. Fly ball, left field, caught once again. So 2 flyouts to the 7th spot for Peterson today. Nemaha Central gets 2 runs back. It's an 8-3 ball game as we go to the top 4. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Sailor Insurance has been serving our customers in the Midwest for over 90 years. At Sailor Insurance, we value every family story as we help protect their dreams and their future. Our goal is to make sure that you have the right insurance coverage to protect your family, home, farm, and business so you can focus on what truly matters. Learn more about what we can do for you at SailorInsurance.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. First Heritage Bank, Life Care Center of Seneca, Mitchell Appliance, Nemaha Valley Community Hospital, and Shelter Insurance. Pitching change for the Thunder. Derek Wirtz on the mound. Caden Peterson moves over to 1. Olberding back to short. Henoch back to second. Up first for Perry is going to be Starnes, Habiger, and Tucker, the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Pretty even game so far, except for that second inning where Nemaha Central pitchers didn't have much control and walked 6 batters, 5 that came around to score. That's been the story of this game so far, as Starnes hits a line drive right out to left field. And Caleb Strothman charging in makes the catch. He didn't have to move very far for it.
Now batting number 3, Houston Habiger.
So Habiger up. 1 for 2. Got a single in the second inning. Big breaking ball upstairs. Popped up. Wirtz is underneath of it. Makes the catch. So 2 up, 2 down for Perry LeCompton. That'll bring up the 5-hole hitter, Tucker.
Batting number 4,
You notice what he did?
Tucker.
He actually ran it out.
Tucker, in his only other plate appearance, walked and came around to score. Off balance swing. No balls, 1 strike. Nice breaking ball just on the outer part. 0-2 to Tucker. Swung on, that's hit towards the gap. Strothman retreating, that's not going to be caught. Goes all the way to the wall. Nordis has it, throw in. And it's cut off, and that's a double for Tucker. Nice hit. That's the definition of hitting it where they ain't. Just place that ball perfectly between left and center field all the way to the wall, And Tucker earned himself a double. Nice piece of hitting being down 0-2.
Now batting number 1, Colby Crane.
Colby Crane up to bat now. Outside, bounces out of the glove of Thomas. No advance. Swung on past the glove of Mackey at third. Strothman charging in, gets it in quickly. No advancement past third base from Tucker. So Crean gets a single out of it. His first hit of the day. So we thought we were looking at a clean inning for Nemaha Central, and back-to-back double and then a single from Perry LeCompton, and all of a sudden Perry has runners at the corners with 2 outs, and Trindle up to bat. Trindle 0 for 1. Takes low. Walked in the second, grounded out to the pitcher. A little dribbler back up the middle. Grounded over towards second. Henick has it over to 1 in time. So Perry LeCompton threatens by putting a man on third base, but no one comes around. As we go to the bottom 4, it's Perry LeCompton 8, Nemaha Central 3. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Some are old. Some are new. Some are just right. The perfect home is a place created from the thousands of memories shared within it. A place for laughter. A place for comfort. A place for family and friends alike. We know what it means to have a place we call home, to be a part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust, banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
You're in the dugout. You're in the dugout. No matter what.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Thunder getting Couple of runs back. Bottom of the last half of the inning. Still a 5-run game, but a clean inning. Somewhat clean. No runs came across in the top half of the fourth. See if Nemaha Central can cut into this lead a little bit more. Levi Thomas up to bat. Hits towards off the end of the bat, right towards center field, and that's going to be caught. Didn't quite get all of it. Hit off the end of the bat and right to Baker. He had to take about 3 steps to make that play. So that'll bring up Jack Mackey. Grounded out to the shortstop his first plate appearance as he takes ball 1 high. Takes a strike that looked to be low and outside from up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball a little bit farther outside. Good job by Metcalf stretching the side of that zone, seeing how far he can go. And a 3-1 the count to Mackey. Mackey does get a lot of walks. Not hitting very well. He's only got hitting 154, but his on-base percentage is at 290. So he does get on base. He's taken quite a few walks this season. Hot shot down the third base side, but it's just foul. Game of inches. If that was 3 or 4 inches to the right, that'd have been a fair ball and blown up chalk, and he'd be sitting on second base. So full count. Swung on, hit over to right field. But Buttram is there, makes the catch. Nemaha Central's putting the bat on the ball, and they're hitting it square. It just seems like they're hitting it right to Perry outfielders. So that'll bring up Carter Hike as he takes ball 1 outside. JV softball team beat Perry LeCompton 15-1, their first game. Ball 2 in the dirt. Have to take a look behind us, see what's going on with the varsity team. Oh, Caleb's going to go take a trip over there and see what they're doing real quick. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 out. Bottom 4 for Nemaha Central. Hike up to the bat. Offers at it, fouled back into the net. 2 balls, 1 strike. Still a good hitter's count. Off-speed pitch, had Hike off balance. That'll even out the count at 2-2. Nemaha Central is up in the softball game 6-1. Swung on and missed for strike 3 in the third out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for Nemaha Central in the bottom of the fourth. As we go top 5, it's 8-3 Perry LeCompton. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
What does it mean to be an independent insurance agency? Here at SBS, it means that our customers can be confident in knowing they are getting the coverage they want for the most competitive rates. With our independent status, we are able to partner with multiple competitive companies to quote your personal, farm, business, and life insurance needs. Contact your local SBS office today to find out what an independent agency can do for you.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. 8-3 lead for Perry LeCompton as we go to top 5. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors: Rainbow Communications, Sailor Insurance, Elk State Bank, United Methodist Church, and Water Conditioning of Seneca. Thank you to all our sponsors. Without your help, none of this is possible. Wertz back on the mound for Nemaha Central. So that'll bring up Buttram. to lead off the 5th inning. Buttram was the one that got called out when one of his teammates came onto the field to play and caught a foul ball as he hits one over to Mackey at third. Long throw upstairs, and that's going to get past Wirtz at first. Buttram rounding second. He thought about it for a second. So Buttram gets on with a E6. Or E5, excuse me. Third base error, throwing error. So he's at second base, and Baker up to bat now. The 9-hole hitter. Puts down a good bunt. Henick has to come over and cover first with Peterson charging and does a good job. They do get the out. That was a close play. But either way, Buttram goes over to third, and Baker gets the sacrifice bunt. That'll turn the batting order over to Eli Dean, who hit a home run in his last at-bat over right field fence. And with that swing, he looked like he was trying to do it again. Well, I'm not sure what happened there.
They threw one pitch and then walked him.
Oh, they just gave the okay. I was paying attention to my book. So they give the sign for the intentional walk. So they're going to put Dean on first. That'll bring up Metcalf. Dean is stealing. No throw. Tried to get Buttram leading off third with that snap throw back to the pitcher. So Dean sitting at second. Buttram at third. Metcalf at the plate with an RBI opportunity. Fouls it back and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Metcalf got a single his first at bat and then flied out to the second baseman, then flied out to the shortstop. Breaking ball stays just a little up. Upstairs once more, and it's a 3-1 count to Metcalf. Good hitters count. 2 runners on. Big opportunity for Perry LeCompton here to put more runs on the board as he takes outside and draws the walk. So now the bases are jacked for Starnes, the 3-hole hitter. Officially 1 for 2. Had a single in the second. Then lined out to the left fielder. We had a softball coming. Takes upstairs, ball 1. Starnes hit the ball right on the screws his last time up, but right to Caleb Strothman. So he has to duck to get out of the way of the pitch from Wirtz. 2-0, so Wirtz is going to have to come in, give him something to hit here. Dangerous situation for the Thunder. Gets in on his hands. Good pitch from Wirtz. Starnes tried to fight it off, but there's nothing you can do with that pitch. Swung on, hit a mile in the air. Center fielder retreating at the wall, and that's going to be over the fence for a grand slam. So Starn clears the bases with 1 swing of the bat. And Perry LeCompton able to extend their lead. So it is a 12-3 ball game now, with still 1 out in the top 5th. Habiger offered at it. Grounder over to Oberdeen at short. Throw over to 1. In time. That's the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Tucker, who's 1 for 1. This will be his 3rd plate appearance of the day. Had a double in the 4th. Drew a walk in the 2nd. Foul tipped back and into the net. Breaking ball, line drive straight to the shortstop, and Oberdeen has it to record the 3rd out. So the grand slam by Starnes with an exclamation point on that inning. 4 more runs come across for Perry LeCompton. It's a 12-3 ball game as we go to bottom 5. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Work-life balance, being 10 minutes away from my kids, my own home. There's so many benefits to being in a small company in your own town that people and you can go do those things. You can get to your kids' events and not worry about you're missing something.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. New pitcher for Perry LeCompton. Cooper Trindle, the senior, is going to come out on the mound. Top of the order for NC, Caleb Heenick with a double and a single so far. One of the few bright spots for Nemaha Central in this game. There have not been many of them so far. And that's just part of baseball. You're going to have days like that. That's why we play 2. Come back and new game. They still have an opportunity to claw back into it, but it's a big hole at this moment.
A deep hole. He's got a funny delivery.
Yeah, Trindle, we've been watching him on his warm-ups, has a strange delivery. Not quite a sidearm, but a 3/4 arm action. It takes low and outside, 2-0 to Heenick. Oh, got a little piece of Heenick. So he'll be on after a hit by pitch. So Evan Oberdeen will come on now. Nice sack bunt in the first and single in the third. Snap throw over. Heenick's back in time. Low. Ball 1. Look for Heenick to be going on one of these next few pitches. There he does go. Oberdeen pulls the bat back. Nobody was on second base covering, so the catcher had to eat it. So Heenick advances to second. What they're going to say, Oberdeen did go on that attempt. Swung on, hit over the second baseman. Heenick off to third. They're going to send him home. Throw comes in. Throw come to the plate, and 1 run scores. That throw to second. And he is in there in time. So good heads-up base running from both Heenick and Olberding. Olberding advancing on that throw home. That didn't have much of a shot with Heenick's speed, so Heenick comes around to score. Olberding gets the single and moves into scoring position himself on the throw. That'll bring up Sam Nordis. Sack fly, first at bat. Then drew a walk, his second, came around to third. Couldn't get across the plate. That gets past the catcher. Olberding's going to advance to third base. Not that you want to give up any outs at this point, but anything in the air halfway deep from Olberding will score, or from Nordis will score Olberding at third now as he takes one inside. 2-1 the count to Nordis. Yeah, went for one that probably would have been ball 3. 2-1 count, you probably ought to be sitting on your pitch. Upstairs. Count's full. Still nobody out. Bottom 5. There's a shot to shortstop. Throw over to one is in time, but one run is going to score. So Olberding comes around to score. And that'll bring up Garrity. Yep, Nemaha Central with another couple of runs. Still 7 runs behind, 12-5 at this point. Outside for ball 1 to Garrity. Wirtz in the hole. Peterson after that. Swung on, hit off the end of the bat. Center fielder has to come up and make the play, and he does. Didn't quite get all of it. Didn't hit it on the sweet spot. It sounded weird when it came off of his bat. So that'll be the second out of the inning. Now Derek Wirtz. Grounded out to short in the third. Drew a walk in the first as he takes upstairs. Now too low. 2-0 the count. Just got underneath of it, and it's going to be pop up. Dean is there, and he's going to make the catch for the third out of the inning. So Nemaha Central scratches a couple of runs across the plate as we go to the top 6. It's Perry LeCompton 12, Nemaha Central 5. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
National Bank is truly a locally owned bank. It was started 40 years ago by a group of approximately 15 families in this Nemaha County area. Their desire was to have and to start a new banking institution, and they did. CNB is truly committed to the area and remains very locally owned. So stop by and give us a chance to be your financial partner.
Welcome back. Top 6. Perry LeCompton up 12-5. It will be Crean, Trindle, and Buttram for the calls. Wirtz still on the mound for Nemaha Central. A little blooper right in front of the center fielder. Crean has a single to start off the sixth. Excuse me. So that's Crean's second single of the day. He's 2 for 3. Trendle squares around a bunt, pulls it back in time. Crean advancing that lead out at first. Wirtz with the snap throw over. Outside, 2-0. Snap throw over to first once again. Takes ball low, 3-0 the count to Trendle. 7-run game. You giving him the green light?
No.
He does square around a bunt once again. This is just for the show. Takes one down the middle. So Wirtz has got to come back in one more time. No, tried to get the outside corner and missed. So Trendle gets a walk. That'll move Crean up to second base. Now Buttram up to bat. Came around to score a couple of times in this game. Walked in the second inning. Popped out to his own player in the third. His own teammate. Then hit a single in the fifth. Now he's going to square around to bunt. Gets a nice bunt down. Poor throw over to first base as Henick was coming over to cover. One run is around. It's Trendle coming at the plate, and they're going to get a tag out at home. Nice job from Thomas as he gets a laceration on his forearm coming around, throwing out Trendle at home. So Crean comes around to score. Buttram will be sitting on second base with the error. And Trendle will be thrown out at home for the first out of the inning. Levi Thomas immediately jumped up and held his forearm out, and looked like he got part of that helmet across the forearm. He had quite a bit of blood on his arm, so they're taking measures to stop that real quick. So we might just take a quick little break while he's being tended to. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success, come join our team.
Welcome back. Some Thunder players playing catch to stay loose on the infield while they tend to Thomas, who came up a little bit bloody from that tag at the plate. Well, we got a minute. Let's recognize some of our SCTV sponsors. TFI Family Services, Souther Building Supply, Crestview Nursing Home, Farm Bureau Insurance, Community National Bank, and Ag Partners. Looks like Thomas got himself all bandaged up. Gets a fist bump from the home plate umpire. And we're back to it. With Baker up to bat now, 1 out, 1 on. 9-hole hitter. Upstairs, ball 1. Upstairs, ball 2. That one's a little bit closer. In there for a called strike. 2-1 to Baker. Baker officially 1 for 1 on the game. Base on balls is first. Had a single in the third. And a really nice sack bunt in the 5th. So bases on balls and sacrifices don't count towards your batting average. So officially just 1 at bat for the 9-hole hitter. Swung on. Hit towards center field. Nordis tracking it. It's going to be over his glove. 1 run is going to come across the plate. And Baker is sitting on second with a stand-up double and an RBI. And that'll turn the order over as Eli Dean will come up to bat for his 5th time today. Upstairs, ball 1. Good block by Thomas behind the plate. And that double by Baker, not saying he didn't square that ball up. It was a well-hit ball. Nordis took a little bit of a banana cut to it because I think that ball got pushed by the wind a little bit more than he was expecting. And a shot down the left field side, but that's going to be fouled. Don't think it's going to... Oh, Strothman made one heck of an attempt at it, but wind not blowing that back enough. So 2-1 the count to Dean. Dean goes the opposite way now. Fouls that one out of play. 2-2. Pitch in the dirt. Thomas can't handle it, and that's going to allow Baker to move up to third. That'll go down as a wild pitch. That bounced a good foot in front of the plate. Thomas did everything he could to try and stop that one. And that'll be ball 4. Runners on the corner now, 1 out. I'll bring up Metcalf. Single in the first, flied out to second base, then grounded out to shortstop, and then a walk and came around to score in the 5th. I'd be expecting Dean to go pretty quickly, and he does go. Snap throw down to third. Back in time. So now runners on second and third. 1 out. In there for a strike call. No balls, 2 strikes. See if Wirtz can put him away. Breaking ball, nice on the outside part. Off-balance swing from Metcalf for the strikeout. That's going to bring up Starnes. Big hit and last time up to bat with a grand slam over the center field wall. Swung on. Didn't get as much this time. Nordis is there, and he records the out. So Perry LeCompton puts another couple across the plate. It's a 14-5 ball game as we go to the bottom six. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Being one of the top investment custodians in the country is something we're proud of, but we are even more proud that we made it happen from right here in Seneca. C&B Custody is the best in our industry because of our people that were raised in this community knowing how to work hard, on farms, in small businesses, in sports, and at some of the best schools around. Our Kansas values mean we know how to treat our customers right, something our competitors can miss. Working as a team, we accomplish big things every day.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV as we go to the bottom six. Nemaha Central just getting walloped in this one, 14-5. And that's how baseball goes sometimes. Up first for the Thunder is going to be Peterson, followed by Thomas, then Mackey. And should anyone get on base, 9-hole hitter hike. Peterson had a couple good swings on the ball, but a little shot down the third base side, but going to be foul. Flied out to left field 2 times. Both of them were hit pretty well. Just a good job by Crean out in left field. Inside, evens out the count 1 apiece. Ball outside, 2-1. A little out ahead of it. Chops it into the dugout. Two the count now to Peterson. Inside, count full. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on line down the third base side, but foul. Peterson really toying with that third base line today. Breaking ball. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Nice bit of hitting, really, because he was off balance and he just threw the bat head out there and just got enough to stay alive. Once again, fouled it off. That's what you got to do with 2 strikes. If there's any doubt in your mind, you put just a little bit of that bat on the ball and stay alive. Little blooper. Left fielder charging in, and he's not going to be able to get to it. So Peterson on to start out the 6th inning with a single. He had 2 really hard hit balls that went straight to Crean out in the outfield. Then he gets a little blooper where he didn't hit the ball very hard and gets on base. There's a shot past the first baseman. Peterson's rounding, going to third. So 2 batters, and Nemaha Central is in business with runners on the corners now, and nobody out for Jack Mackey. But what I was saying about Peterson, that's how baseball goes. You hit the ball on the screws as many times as you want, and then you hit a little blooper, and that's the one that drops in. Got a courtesy runner for the catcher and Levi Thomas. It'll be Kanan Sidbeck. So Jack Mackey with an RBI opportunity. Sidbeck on his way to second. They do throw down. Good job by second baseman just to stop that ball. A few feet on the third base side. Breaking ball in there for a strike. So Mackey down in the hole, 0-2 quickly. And Mackey wears one. So Mackey being hit by that pitch loads up the bases for Carter Hike. And Nemaha Central Athletics, you know the type of athlete Hike is. You know the type of power that he has, and he is absolutely capable of turning on one. He hit quite a few last year, hasn't hit any this year. Had really a breakout season last year. And Perry LeCompton is going to bring in a new pitcher. It looks like it's going to be number 9. That'll be Eli Dean, the shortstop. Looks like he's got a lot of speed. See what type of control he has. But we'll take a quick break as Dean gets some warm-up pitches in, and we'll be right back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV.
Dennis Jimenez. I'm a general surgeon at Nemaha Valley Community Hospital. I grew up in Wellington. I've got a special love in my heart for rural Kansas communities, and I have family in Soldier. So the opportunity to work out here was really a blessing. So in addition to the normal emergency general surgeries and traumas, we're here for elective outpatient procedures as well, from your normal lumps and bumps, gallbladders, hernias, to your bigger surgeries, including colon cancers, other colon and rectal surgeries, breast surgeries. And for our moms, we offer cesarean sections in conjunction with their primary care provider. And if you're done having kids, tubal ligations or vasectomies. So really, if you have any surgical needs, just talk to your primary care provider and see what we can do for you.
Back to live action, as Harry Carey would say. Eli Dean, new pitcher on the mound for the Cause. Nemaha Central has bases loaded. Carter Hike up to the plate now. Puts one in the dirt, and that's going to get one run home. So Peterson comes in and scores as Eli Dean comes in and puts the first one 2 feet in front of home plate. Mackey up to second, and Sidbeck up to third as Hike hits one to and that's going to be underneath the glove of the second baseman. 2 runs are going to score. So Hike gets on with an E4. And Sidbeck running in place of Thomas comes around, and Mackey comes around to score. So Nemaha Central plates 3 runs so far in this inning, and it's the top of the order now with Henick up to bat. You got pretty good speed on the bases with Hike. Hike does go, and that one's in the dirt. Hike should round it. And he does try and test the wherewithal of Starnes behind the plate. See if he wants to throw down to third. So Hike moves up to second. Ball called. So it's 2-0 to Henick. Henick. Swung on. Little blooper again. Right behind the shortstop. He does make a play. Good play from number 4, Dayton Tucker, who came in to play short with Eli Dean pitching. That's an awkward play to have to make with that ball being blown back to you. So Evan Olberding now. Hike on his way to third. Got a good break underneath the tag. Nobody was holding him on. He was a quarter of the way down the line before the ball was thrown, so. Had Evan Olberding all sorts of confused at the plate. Threw his bat head out there. Got a piece of it, but that was not a very good looking swing. No balls, 2 strikes. In the dirt, Olberding holds. Hike's going to come in to score. So heads up base running from Hike really got all the way around the bases for him, and 4 runs have crossed the plate for Nemaha Central, and it's just a 5-run game with just 1 out here in the 6th. Once again, an off-balance swing from Olberding, more of a protection type of swing. Inside. Dean's got a lot of velocity. It looks like he doesn't have struggles with a little bit of control, but it's got to be deceiving as a hitter. I guess Olberding with an off-balance swing for a strikeout. That'll bring up Sam Nordis. Officially 0 for 1 on the day. Sam Nordis signing with Tabor College to play football just yesterday, which is big for him because, if you guys remember, he had that awful knee injury against Silver Lake early on in the season, so he didn't really get to play much his entire senior year. So good on him, and Tabor College should take a chance on him without having a senior season, as he hits a rocket back up the middle for a base hit. Yeah, it's not often you see a kid lose his entire senior season until signed to go play football in the way he did. So good for him. So he's on first base with a single now. That'll bring up Garrity. Cleanup hitter lobbed over to first base, just trying to keep him honest. Snap throw. Nordis is back in time. Foul tipped. We'll do it again. He did. He was swinging for the fences. Got a guy like Dean on the mound with a lot of velocity. It comes in fast, it'll go out just as fast.
You don't have to swing as hard.
Yeah, Dean took a little bit off of that one, little breaking ball. Stayed up. Most of the breaking balls that we've seen have been real tight, haven't moved a whole lot. Upstairs, 3-1 the count to Garrity. Yep. Strike called right at the knees, so count will be full. 2 outs. Nordis will be running. Upstairs, and Garrity draws a walk. That's going to bring up Wirtz. So Nemaha Central has batted around this inning. Batted 9 batters as Wirtz comes up to bat. So a big hit here. And it's just a 3-run ball game. going into the 7th. Runner trying to advance, and they're going to have him dead to rights. Nice job by Starnes at the plate with the block. Looked like Nordis thought that ball might have got through, but he's thrown out at third base, and you never want to make the third out at third. So as we go to the top 7, it's Perry LeCompton 14, Nemaha Central 9. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Being one of the top investment custodians in the country is something we're proud of, but we are even more proud that we made it happen from right here in Seneca. C&B Custody is the best in our industry because of our people that were raised in this community knowing how to work hard, on farms, in small businesses, in sports, and at some of the best schools around. Our Kansas values mean we know how to treat our customers right, something our competitors can miss. Working as a team, we accomplish big things every day.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. As we go to the top 7, Perry LeCompton up 14-9. Derek Wirtz still on the mound for Nemaha Central. Bottom half of the 6th, Nemaha Central got 4 runs across. We're threatening with more. Sam Nordic got thrown out at third base, trying to take an extra bag with the ball in the dirt. And you make one of the cardinal sins, baseball, never commit the third out at third base. Swung on and hit a ton. Strothman is back. He's underneath of it, and he's going to record the out. So Habiger gets 1 pitch, and he's out. That was Starnes, excuse me. No, that was Habiger. I'm all screwed up in my book. So that'll bring up Tucker. Takes ball 1. Little chopper down the third base side, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top 7. NC down 5 runs going into the 7th. Swung on and missed. Looked like he had Tucker a little confused on the pitch. Little breaking ball hung out there, and that's going to be down for a hit in front of the left fielder, Strothman. So 0-2 count. Wirtz hangs the breaking ball up in the zone. Tucker obliged and put it out there to left field for a hit. That'll bring up Crean. With 1 on him, 1 out. Phew, that looked like it was on the black. Ball called. A little blooper over the top of the second baseman's head. Now Perry LeCompton's turn to play station to station. As Tucker moves up to second, Crean goes up to first. That'll bring up Trendle. Trundle got thrown out in the 6th inning at home. A good relay into Thomas, and Thomas applying a good tag at home plate to throw Trundle out. Foul back and into the screen. No balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out. Top 7. Hot shot back up the middle. 4, 6. Oh, no double play at first. Good job by Hike at second base. Not Hike. Heenick at second base. Getting the runner at 2. Overton with a throw over to Peterson at 1. Looked like they applied the tag. Peterson was drawn off the bag, and Schuler Mayberry out to appeal. Don't think the home plate umpire had the angle to overturn this. Oh, he did. He overturned it, and they do get the double play. That shocks me. Normally the home plate umpire is going to side with his base ump, and the home plate umpire was probably not in the best position to overturn that call, but he immediately came and said yes, he was out. So a 4-6-3 double play to end the top of the seventh and end the scoring threat from Perry LeCompton. So as we go to bottom seven, it's a 14-9 ball game. Nemaha Central's got a shot, but they got some work to do. We'll be right back.
Nemaha Valley Motors has been proudly serving our Northeast Kansas community for over 5 decades. Come check out our great selection of vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and GMC trucks. Don't see what you're looking for? Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Don't forget about service. Our technicians are factory trained to handle any mechanical issues, including alignments. Come experience the difference here at Nemaha Valley Motors in Seneca.
Come be a part of our family.
Welcome back. Bottom seven, Nemaha Central with their last chance, down 5 runs. So, very rare appeal that actually worked out in the favor of Nemaha Central as they get a 4-6-3 double play, inning-ending double play. Peterson was pulled off the bag, but he applied the tag to trundle down the first base line. So Wirtz will be up first. Foul tipped and back into the net. Strike called on Wirtz. Quickly down 0-2. Strike 3 called. Had Wirtz confused at the plate, obviously thinking something else. So that's a big out. Peterson up to bat. Foul back and out of play. Peterson 1 for 3 on the evening. Peterson hitting 2 doubles, 250, got a couple doubles on the year, a few RBIs as well. Big breaking ball outside. 1-1 the count. Foul back towards us. I didn't jump. Caleb didn't jump if you couldn't hear him on the call. Say that. Upstairs, 3-2 is the count. Swung on, put a charge into it down the left field line. That wind's going to pull it back into play and caught by Crean. So Peterson sticking with left field today. Fly out 7 for 3 of his 4 at-bats. The other one was a little blooper right in front of the left fielder. And Nemaha Central's down to their last at-bat with Thomas. Swung on, hit up in the air. Shortstop is underneath of it, and he bobbles it. So that'll be at E6. And Thomas is on, and that'll bring up Jack Mackey now. Everybody looked like they were heading towards the dugout. As what was the number out there? It was Eli Dean at the beginning. And Eli Dean is pitching now, and I can't see who that is. Oh, number 4. Dayton Tucker, the junior. He made a heck of a play running away from him earlier out towards the line at left field. Hot shot back up to Dean. He's going to walk it over to first base, and that's going to be the final out of the ball game. So Perry LeCompton takes game 1, 14-9. Nemaha Central kept trying to scratch back into it, and couldn't overcome the deficit from a 5-run and a 4-run inning put up from Perry LeCompton. So we'll take a quick break while they drag the field and everyone gets a hot dog. And we'll come back for game 2 in probably about a half an hour. So thanks for watching. You've been watching SCTV. We'll be back for that second game in just a bit.
Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success, come join our team.
Nemaha Valley Motors has been proudly serving our Northeast Kansas community for over 5 decades. Come check out our great selection of vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and GMC trucks. Don't see what you're looking for? Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Don't forget about service. Our technicians are factory trained to handle any mechanical issues, including alignments. Come experience the difference here at Nemaha Valley Motors in Seneca.
Come be a part of our family.
Partners is a
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark.
I guess.
Germantown. Mavericks.
Mary Road.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community, the fan base, and just the support and encouragement that you get from your family and your friends is great.
The hardest thing about cheer for me is tumbling, because I'm actually a dancer outside of school, and so the tumbling dynamics versus the dance dynamics was totally opposite.
I feel like choir has given me just such great memories. We are always just, singing with our harmonies and with other people, and it's just so cool. It's so fun.
One of my favorite memories from cross country this past year was when my team made it to state. At the race, everyone picked up their games, and when the 5th guy crossed and he made it, everyone was just so excited and outbursts, couldn't control their feelings.
By playing basketball, I learned that I can almost do anything I want. If I set my mind to it, I can achieve my goals if I have a plan.
A great reason to get yourself involved in sports and activities is to meet new people and create new relationships, experience new things, and do stuff that you've never done before.
My reason why is commitment.
My reason why is passion,
friendships,
pride.
My reason why is to keep going.
I'm Erica Bletcher, and I'm a nurse practitioner, and I work in the wound clinic. Often, non-healing wounds can affect a patient's mobility, it can affect their health, and just their overall quality of life. If wounds aren't being healed, then it can also cause infection, we can cause hospitalization, more serious health conditions, and even sometimes surgeries, amputations, or death. So at the wound clinic here, we kind of look at all of that and work with patients to develop a treatment plan to get them back home and get those wounds healed as fast as possible. Growing up here, I loved the people, I love the community, so being able to come back here and work with wounds and work with the patients is the best part. I love just healing wounds, I love interacting with them, I love creating an individualized treatment plan with them and getting them back to their daily livings, and I love seeing them outside walking around healthy and happy.
Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success, come join our team.
Nemaha Valley Motors has been proudly serving our Northeast Kansas community for over 5 decades. Come check out our great selection of vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and GMC trucks. Don't see what you're looking for? Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Don't forget about service. Our technicians are factory trained to handle any mechanical issues, including alignments. Come experience the difference here at Nemaha Valley Motors in Seneca.
Come be a part of our family.
Sailor Insurance has been serving our customers in the Midwest for over 90 years. At Sailor Insurance, we value every family story as we help protect their dreams and their future. Our goal is to make sure that you have the right insurance coverage to protect your family, home, farm, and business so you can focus on what truly matters. Learn more about what we can do for you at SailorInsurance.com.
What does it mean to be an independent insurance agency? Here at SBS, it means that our customers can be confident in knowing they are getting the coverage they want for the most competitive rates. With our independent status, we are able to partner with multiple competitive companies to quote your personal, farm, business, and life insurance needs. Contact your local SBS office today to find out what an independent agency can do for you.
S&S Automotive and Towing in Seneca is your locally owned and operated full-service automotive shop. Experience a family-like atmosphere and state-of-the-art service department, including digital inspections and text-to-pay. We know your time is valuable, so we offer pickup and delivery services. We service all makes and models and provide fast and honest service at a fair price. S&S Automotive and Towing Incorporated has been servicing Nemaha County for over 20 years. Visit us online or call us today.
There's a place where we all come together. A place where everyone knows your name and what the usual means to you. A place for conversations and for comfort. The best biscuits and gravy in town. We know what it means to love a community, to be a part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Engelken. I'm a nurse practitioner. We are at the Nemaha Valley Hospital, and I've been doing dermatology for 20 years now, and I'm happy to be here in the community to help keep these farmers closer to home and prevent our elderly from having to drive into the larger cities to get the care that they need. So a day in the life of a dermatology clinic, the main thing that we do is skin cancer screenings. That's where my passion is. I want to make sure that we're finding skin cancers and treating them early. Our skin is our largest organ on our body. I do highly encourage head-to-toe skin exam on a yearly basis for anybody that has over 50 moles, or if they're noticing spots that are painful, bleeding, changing, growing. Other things that we see and we treat on a daily basis: acne, warts, hair loss, rashes, more or less any issue that is occurring with the skin, hair, or nails.
Just a few miles out of town, the pavement ends. The world opens up, and you can see for miles. For generations, families have planted and harvested, struggled and prospered, all working together to build something better for the next in line. We know what it means to love a lifestyle, to be a part of a tradition, to be united. United Bank and Trust, banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Dr. Dennis Jimenez. I'm a general surgeon at Nemaha Valley Community Hospital. I grew up in Wellington. I've got a special love in my heart for rural Kansas communities, and I have family in Soldier. So the opportunity to work out here was really a blessing. So in addition to the normal emergency general surgeries and traumas, we're here for elective outpatient procedures as well, from your normal lumps and bumps, gallbladders, hernias, to your bigger surgeries, including colon cancers, other colon and rectal surgeries, breast surgeries. And for our moms, we offer cesarean sections in conjunction with their primary care provider. And if you're done having kids, tubal ligations or vasectomies. So really, if you have any surgical needs, just talk to your primary care provider and see what we can do for you.
Some are old. Some are new. Some are just right. The perfect home is a place created from the thousands of memories shared within it. A place for laughter, a place for comfort, a place for family and friends alike. We know what it means to have a place we call home, to be a part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust, banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
I'm Erica Bletcher, and I'm a nurse practitioner, and I work in the wound clinic. Often non-healing wounds can affect a patient's mobility, it can affect their health, and just their overall quality of life. If wounds aren't being healed, then it can also cause infection, we can cause hospitalization, more serious health conditions, and even sometimes surgeries, amputations, or death. So at the wound clinic here, we kind of look at all of that and work with patients to develop a treatment plan to get them back home and get those wounds healed as fast as possible. Growing up here, I loved the people, I love the community. So being able to come back here and work with wounds and work with the patients is the best part. I love just healing wounds. I love interacting with them. I love creating an individualized treatment plan with them and getting them back to their daily livings. And I love seeing them outside walking around healthy, happy.
Every day, hardworking people wake up early and open their doors to the people in their community. They provide more than just goods and services. They create relationships. Small business is alive and well, making life in our communities possible. You know what it means to support, to be part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, this is Adam. Take two. Mark.
I guess.
Germantown, Mavericks,
Mary Run.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community, the fan base, and just the support and encouragement that you get from your family and your friends is great.
The hardest thing about cheer for me is tumbling, because I'm actually a dancer outside of school, and so the tumbling dynamics versus the dance dynamics was totally opposite.
I feel like choir has given me just such great memories. We are always just, singing with our harmonies with other people, and it's just so cool. It's so fun.
One of my favorite memories from cross country this past year was when my team made it to state. At the race, everyone picked up their games, and when the fifth guy crossed and he made it, everyone was just so excited and outbursts, couldn't control their feelings.
By playing basketball, I learned that I can almost do anything I want. If I set my mind to it, I can achieve my goals if I have a plan.
A great reason to get yourself involved in sports and activities is to meet new people and create new relationships, experience new things, and do stuff that you've never done before.
My reason why is commitment.
My reason why is passion,
friendships,
pride.
My reason why is to keep going.
In Nemaha County, I'm Jared Snyder, one of the family physicians at Seneca Family Practice. I don't know if you're aware, but there's a study by the state of Kansas that comes out about every year surveying our young kids in the community, ages 12 through 18. Would you be surprised to know 25% of our kids that responded between ages 12 and 18 responded saying that they had drank alcohol in the 30 days prior to the survey. And when you take into consideration and break that down, that's 4% of sixth graders, 12% of eighth graders, 34% of sophomores, and 48% of our high school seniors reporting alcohol use in the month leading up to the survey. And that's an upward trend, a year-over-year upward trend, and approaching double the state averages. Some will say kids will be kids, or if they're going to drink, they may as well do it at my house so I can have oversight. And frankly, those arguments are getting people hurt. It's leading to medical problems, addiction, and lifelong habits. We really do need to change the culture of alcohol in our community. 21 is 21 for a reason. I would just urge the community members to say, let's save some lives. The change starts at home.
Hi there, I'm Rachel Allen. I'm one of the family physicians in Sabetha, Kansas. Underage drinking isn't just an issue in terms of breaking the law. It comes with a number of both short and long-term consequences. Research has shown that alcohol use in teenage years can affect normal brain development, and has also been shown to cause a 4 times increase in alcohol use disorder. In addition, teenage drinking has been shown to cause poor school performance and has been found to increase high-risk sexual activity, injuries among teens, and even death. It contributes to 3,500 deaths in people under the age of 21 each year in the United States. Long-term health consequences must also be considered when discussing the risk of teenage drinking. In addition to increasing the rate of alcohol use disorder, it has been associated with long-term diseases such as dementia, heart disease, and stroke. I know it's tempting to consider decreasing the drinking age to 18 from 21 in the hopes of making it legal will decrease these negative consequences. When the drinking age was raised to 21, there was a 16% decrease in car accidents related to alcohol, and teenage drinking decreased by 20%. It is also shown to decrease unintended consequences of underage drinking, including drug dependence, teenage deaths, and adverse birth outcomes related to teenage pregnancies.
My name is Rich Vernon. I've been the sheriff for Nemaha County since 2006. I've actually been employed by the Nemaha County Sheriff's Office back since 1990. That puts me in my 30th year of law enforcement here in Nemaha County. I grew up in this county. I'm a lifelong resident. I've lived in this county. I grew up in the 80s. There was a lot of alcohol consumption back then. I know a lot of parents look at it like we did it when we were kids, so why can't our kids do it? If you, as a parent, or your children actually allow people to come into your homes or on your lands and drink or consume alcohol or even possess it, then you could be held liable for this law. This law carries penalties up to a $1,000 fine, and it is a Class A misdemeanor, which can actually include jail time. I can tell you, after doing this for 30 years and spending those years pulling young men and young women out of ditches lifeless, that has changed my attitude towards alcohol and towards its consumption of minors greatly. And I hope and pray that anything you can do to keep that from happening in the future, you will do, and try to keep our young children alive. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. About to start game 2 of the doubleheader. LeCompton taking game 1 in dominating fashion, 14-9. And up first for the cause will be Eli Dean, the shortstop. Came in and pitched a little bit in relief in that first game. Ball 1 called from Sam Nordis, toeing the rubber for the Thunder. Strike called on the outside part, evens it up 1 apiece. Thomas makes a good snag on the outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Thomas with double duty behind the plate. Caught game 1 as well. Inside, 3-1. Nemaha Central struggled with control in the first game, where they walked 6 runners, and 5 of those came around to score in 1 inning. Dean fouls it back and out of play, and it's a full count to start off the game. Got Sam Nordis on the mound. Thomas at behind the plate, catcher. Upstairs, started off with a walk. Looks to be Jack Mackey at third, Olberdine at short, Heenick at second, and Wirtz at first. Have to check the lineup for the outfielders. Looks like Hike is in center, Peterson in right. Can't tell who's in left right now. So right now it'll be Metcalf playing third base in the second game. Pitch on that black. Nice spot from Sam Nordis. Eli Dean's a good runner. He's got a good lead out there. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go. Snap throw over to 1. Back in plenty of time. We do have a special guest coming in and talking to us a little bit later in the game. Talking to us about all the goings on at Nemaha Central High School and some of the athletics as Dean takes off and goes to second. Throw down. Good throw, but Dean's just so quick. Got underneath the tag. So Dean takes second. But that special guest is going to come on and talk to us about everything going on with Nemaha Central High School in the high school and the athletics department. So if you can use your brain a little bit, you probably figure out who it is, but we'll wait to surprise you until he comes up.
It's not me.
It's not Caleb. Defensive swing from Metcalf. Fouls it away. He's down 0-2 in the count. Up next will be Starnes. And after that, Habiger. Upstairs, one ball, 2 strikes. Grounder over to second base. Henick has it. Over to 1 in time. That will advance Dean over to third base. That'll bring up Starnes with 1 on, 1 out. I'm going to get Hike and Henick confused all year. Those are 2 tough ones. Offering. Lined over to Oberdine, snags it off the top of the dirt for the out. Snap throw back to third, and Dean is back in time, but nice play from shortstop. So Habiger, the cleanup hitter for Perry LeCompton, comes on. Runner at third, 2 outs. Swung on, put a charge into it towards left field. Left fielder's retreating, and Peterson, that's going to be over his head. 1 run is going to score. The throw in from left is cut off by Oberdine, and Habiger gets an RBI double. The wind has died down a little bit from from the first game, but okay. So the call strike first, and like I said, that wind has died down a little bit from the first game, but not that much. Thought that ball would have been held up in the air by the wind, but it kept going. Swung on and missed from Tucker. No balls, 1 strike. Popped up. Thomas is there, and he's going to be called off by Nordis. Nordis underneath of it, and he's going to catch it to record the out. So Perry LeCompton puts 1 across the plate. As we go to the bottom of 1, it's Perry LeCompton 1, Nemaha Central nothing. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
There's a place where we all come together. A place where everyone knows your name and what the usual means to you. A place for conversations and for comfort. The best biscuits and gravy in town. We know what it means to love a community, to be a part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. Nemaha Central with their first crack at it in the second game. Perry LeCompton with the lengthy Habiger at the mound. He's kind of a tall, skinny kid, but has a lot of power as he just displayed on that last hit. Not a bulky athlete, but, I mean, he's got plenty of power for a kid his size. Lengthy. It's going to be tough to see coming out of his arms with that delivery. So Caleb Henick up to bat. One of the few bright spots in the game before. Strike 1 called. Ooh, just on the outside black, and Henick is down 0-2 quickly. Defensive swing does get a piece of it, stays alive. Swung on, foul back to our direction. Out of play. Henick doing a good job. Getting just enough of it to stay alive at the plate. Keep the at-bat going. Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside. Evens out the count of 2 apiece. Henick batting .455 coming into this day. On base percentage of .500. Got a round on that one. That'll be fouled and out of play. Had 5 doubles and batted in 10 so far on the season. He's having a nice year. Just a sophomore. He's a ball player. Very natural at second base. Great footwork. Swung on, belted down the third base side. That's going to be fair. All the way to the wall. Henick's around him first base. He's on the way to 2. Ball comes in, and he's got a lead-off double. And that's exactly the way Nemaha Central started the last game as well, with Henick getting on with the double to start off the game. In the last game, with Henick on second base in the bottom 1, they asked Evan Olverding to bunt. See if they'll do that here again. They do ask Olverding to bunt. He pulls the bat back, but they still get the strike call against him. Don't think Olverding liked the call. Rightfully so. It looked to be a little low. In the dirt, and that's going to get past the catcher. Henick up to third base. So Buttram, the one behind the plate for the cause in the second game. Fly ball out to center field. That's going to be plenty deep. The center fielder's still retreating, and he's going to miss it. Olverding's going to be sitting at second base, and Henick comes in to score. Olverding put a charge into that ball. First, I kind of thought it was a lazy fly ball that the center fielder was just going to back up and catch and drive in the run, but he kept retreating, got all the way to the wall, and it went over his head. So Olverding gets a double. So back-to-back doubles for Nemaha Central to start out the second game, this doubleheader. That'll bring up Sam Nordis now. Sam Nordis squares around to move the runner up, but pulls it back and still gets the strike call. No balls, 1 strike. Nordis with a line drive just past the shortstop. That one's going to get past the left fielder all the way to the wall. And Olverding and Nordis are going to trade places as we start out the game with 3 consecutive doubles from the Nemaha Central offense. And up next will be Reese Garrity, the lefty. See if we can't keep it going. No outs in the inning. 3 consecutive doubles to start the game for Nemaha Central. Nice block from Buttram. 1 ball, no strikes. Pickoff attempt, second base. Nordis back in plenty of time. Garrity hitting .292 coming into today. Upstairs, ball 2. .292 has got 1 home run, handful of RBIs. Strike called. Garrity thought about it, pulled the bat back. 2-1 the count. Now that gets past Buttram at the plate. That one went behind Garrity. So Nordis advances to third on the wild pitch. Outside. And Garrity earns a base on balls. So runners at the corners for Derek Wirtz now. Still nobody out in the inning. Nemaha Central has already plated 2. Strike in there called. And Garrity takes second base. No throw down. Pitch. Tried to catch the corner, but missed. Good job by Buttram behind the plate, stopping that ball so there's no advancement. Back in there for a strike. So Habiger's still ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Made that 1 ball that he pitched, though, worth it. Swung on and missed from Wirtz. That'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Caden Peterson. Peterson 1 for 4 in the last game. All of them headed out to left field. Strike on the black. Is that the first breaking pitch I've seen from him?
Yeah.
He's been pretty much straight up fastball this entire time.
Looks like he's throwing a 2-seamer. It's coming back in. That right there.
Peterson does get a piece of it. Down on the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. See if he can take a 2-strike approach and poke one out there and get 2 RBIs. That ball gets past Buttram at the plate. 1 run is going to come in to score. Garrity moves up to third base. So Nordis comes around to score the 3rd run of the inning for Nemaha Central, and it's a 3-1 lead. Still an RBI opportunity for Peterson. Less than 2 outs for Peterson. Just get something in the air halfway deep or something on the right side. Inside. 2-2 the count. Three and 2 was the count, excuse me. So Peterson draws the walk. I had him at 2-2. Apparently the count was full. So Peterson at first. Garrity at third. Levi Thomas coming up to bat. Buttram, the catcher for the cause. Signaling out a sign. Maybe they got a play going. Throw down to second, trying to get the runner at third. Ball in the dirt. Peterson does go up to second, no throw. So once again, good RBI opportunity for Thomas. And has to duck and get out of the way. No advancement from Garrity. That ball bounced off of the backstop pretty cleanly right back to Buttram. It was the right call for Garrity to not go. He was about a third of the way down the line. Thought better of it. Swung on, line to second baseman. Terrible throw going to first base. One run is across. And Garrity, there's going to be a play at the plate with Peterson. No throw, though. So 2 runs come across on the air from the second baseman of Perry LeCompton. So Peterson comes around to score, Garrity comes around to score, and Thomas is sitting at second base. Yeah, but it looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner. Kanan Sidbeck in to run for Thomas, as Thomas is the catcher. And we got Jack Mackey at the plate. Yeah, when so Tucker at second base, that ball was bringing him towards first base. When he planted his feet, he threw it to first base, and I don't know what happened if it came out of his hands wrong, but he threw that 10 or 12 feet down the line towards home plate. It did look like it slipped out. I couldn't quite tell. So Mackey with 3 with no count. Mackey wanted to swing, but he had the red light. 3-1 count now. Sidbeck, excuse me. Nobody was holding him on. Got a good break towards third and no throw as Mackey earns the walk. So runners at the corners. Sidbeck sitting at third. Mackey sitting at first. Carter Hike up to bat. Throw down to second base on the steal is cut off from Dean. Maybe trying to bait that runner at third to come home, but that's really late cutoff. Not sure why he just didn't let that go through to the bag. 1 ball, no strikes. That's going to get past Buttram at the plate. Play and no play at the plate as the throw into Habiger comes high. And Sidbeck's going to come around to score. So we talked about how baseball, just one of those games. Perry LeCompton had an inning like this, or Nemaha Central had an inning like this out in the field the last game. And that was ultimately the deciding factor in that game as 5 runs came across to score in that inning. And it looks like it's going to be Cooper Trendle to come in relief. Pitched a little bit in relief in the first game as well, so it'll be Carter Hike up to bat with 1 out and 6 runs across already for Nemaha Central in the game. So we'll take a quick break and let them get some warm-up pitches, and we'll be right back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV.
My name is Tiffany Engelken. I'm a nurse practitioner. We are at the Nemaha Valley Hospital, and I've been doing dermatology for 20 years now, and I'm happy to be here in the community to help keep these farmers closer to home and prevent our elderly from having to drive into the larger cities to get the care that they need. So a day in the life of a dermatology clinic, the main thing that we do is skin cancer screenings. That's where my passion is. I want to make sure that we're finding skin cancers and treating them early. Our skin is our largest organ on our body. I do highly encourage head to toe skin exam on a yearly basis for anybody that has over 50 moles, or if they're noticing spots that are painful, bleeding, changing, growing. Other things that we see and we treat on a daily basis: acne, warts, hair loss, rashes, more or less any issue that is occurring with the skin, hair, or nails.
Welcome back to Nemaha Central Baseball. 6-0 with one run, or with one out so far in the inning. 6-1, excuse me, yeah. With one out in the first. Runner sitting at third. Carter Hike up to bat. The ninth batter of the inning for Nemaha Central. So Nemaha Central getting off to a hot start in game 2. They did lose in game 1, 14-9. Oh, and Hike wears one. I don't think he was too happy about that. As Trindle hits the first batter he sees with a pitch. So that's going to bring up Henoch. Henoch with a double to start off the game. Came around to score a little bit later on Olverdine RBI. And they get Hike in a rundown. Snap throw over to third, and Hike's going to take second base. Trindle didn't handle that very well. Had Hike dead to rights, but kept getting worried about the runner over at third base, and snap throw over there, and Hike advanced, and everybody advances. Ball in dirt. 1-0. Fouled back towards us. 1-1. Inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Outside, and that one gets past Buttram. Mackey comes across the score. Hike moves up to third base. So Nemaha Central played 7 runs so far just while recording 1 out in the inning. It sounded like it got a piece of him, but that was ball 4 either way. So Henoch earns a base on balls. Nemaha Central not really appreciating Trindle coming inside like that. So runners at the corners for Olverdine. Squares around a bunt. Does pull it back, throw up to second base. Same thing, cut off by Dean, trying to get the runner at third. Smart play. Swung away. Now he's quickly down to the count 0-2. So you got Hike at third. Henoch at second. Olverdine out of the plate. Defensive swing does get enough of it to stay alive.
That was curving anyway. I'm breaking away from him. In the dirt.
Good block by Buttram. Tried to turn on one, but that one tailed in towards the hands a little bit. Kind of crossed him up, but he did get a piece of it and stays alive. Upstairs. 2-2 the count. In the dirt, got one, gets past Buttram. Hike is going to come in to score. Henoch sitting at third now.
They had an inning like this last game.
I think they scored 6 in one. Outside and ball 4. So Overdeen earns a walk. Rounded first like he was going to take second. Quickly back. So runners on the corner once again for Sam Nordis. Outside. Overdeen takes second base. No throw. Not sure Buttram even knew the play was on. Didn't react till Overdeen was about halfway through. Outside once again. So 2-0 to Sam Nordis. Inside 3-0. Do you give Sam Nordis the green light here? I think you do. They did not. I don't think he was swinging. He draws the walk. So bases are jacked for Garrity. And infield coming in to talk to their pitcher, trying to get some time. They got someone working out in the bullpen for Perry LeCompton does. Like I said, Trendle came in and pitched in relief, so he's already got a pretty good pitch count. And here comes the Perry LeCompton pitcher, or manager. Have a few words with his team. And there's the hook. What's the number on this one? 20. Looks like Roland Welch, sophomore. So we'll take a quick break while he's warming up. You're watching SCTV.
Erica Bletcher, and I'm a nurse practitioner, and I work in the wound clinic. Often, non-healing wounds can affect a patient's mobility, it can affect their health, and just their overall quality of life. If wounds aren't being healed, then it can also cause infection, we can cause hospitalization, more serious health conditions, and even sometimes surgeries, amputations, or death. So at the wound clinic here, we kind of look at all of that and work with patients to develop a treatment plan to get them back home and get those wounds healed as fast as possible. Growing up here, I loved the people, I loved the community. So being able to come back here and work with wounds and work with the patients is the best part. I love just healing wounds. I love interacting with them. I love creating an individualized treatment plan with them and getting them back to their daily livings. And I love seeing them outside walking around healthy, happy.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Thunder already scratching off 8 runs in the bottom of the first with just 1 out. Already the third pitcher we've seen for Perry LeCompton. This one will be Roland Welch, just sophomore coming in relief. He will come in with the bases loaded, looking at the cleanup hitter for Nemaha Central in Garrity. So not the spot you want him to come in, especially a younger pitcher, sophomore, that maybe hasn't seen a whole lot of action. But nonetheless, it's where we're at. And here's the first offering. A little bit low. 1 ball, no strike. Low and away, 2-0. Ooh, good pitch, low and away. Got the corner, 2-1. Ooh, Garrity swung for the fences on that one. And that evens out the count, 2-2. A little bit ahead of it. Gets enough of it to stay alive, fouls it back and out of play. Up next, you got Wirtz, then Peterson. Outside, counts full. Another one outside, and that walked a run home. So Henoch will come around to score. Garrity earns the base on balls, and he'll be sitting at first. Nordis at second, Olberding at third. Now for Wirtz to come up. Ball in the dirt. Nice pick from Buttram. Wirtz, the 14th batter for the Thunder in this inning. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. And just got a piece of Wirtz. And so that's going to bring in one more run as Olberding comes around to score this time. Update from the other field behind us, 0-0 ball game. And what inning was it? Top of the 5th inning. So Nordis up to second, Garrity up to, or Nordis up to third, Garrity up to second, and Wirtz on first. Peterson takes outside, ball 1. Swung on, grounder down third base side, touched the bag, throw over to 1, and it's a double play. And that's going to go down as a 5-3 double play. And Perry LeCompton gets out of it. But 15 batters come to the plate and 10 cross the plate for runs in the bottom of the first for Nemaha Central. So it's a 10-1 lead as we go into the bottom or top 2. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV.
Being one of the top investment custodians in the country is something we're proud of, but we are even more proud that we made it happen from right here in Seneca. C&B Custody is the best in our industry because of our people that were raised in this community knowing how to work hard, on farms, in small businesses, in sports, and at some of the best schools around. Our Kansas values mean we know how to treat our customers right, something our competitors can miss. Working as a team, we accomplish big things every day.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Sam Nordis takes the mound for Nemaha Central with a 9-run lead. So you have Nemaha Central plating 10 runs in the first inning. 15 players come up to bat. So Sam Nordis in a good position if he can take care of business to get a win, thanks to his offense. So Colby Crean, the leadoff batter for Perry LeCompton. Swung on and missed. Foul right back towards us. That net wasn't there. I would have made a spectacular play. No balls, 2 strikes. Upstairs, 2-1. Got a piece of it. So Crean stays alive. Grounder, shortstop, Olberding. Throw over to 1 in time. Good footwork by Olberding on that. Took a step in to try and charge it, then decided that wasn't the best play on it. Take a little drop step back and realized it was hit hard enough that he had time to make the play at 1. So that'll bring up Hudson Buttram. Foul back and into the net. Outside. 1-1. Nordis working quickly on the mound. Get in a good rhythm. Upstairs, 2-1. Popped up, and that's going to be out of play. Hit just above us. Might have been able to hear that on the broadcast. Counts even at 2 apiece. Really turned out for an absolutely beautiful evening for baseball. Swung on and missed for a strikeout up in the zone for out number 2 of the inning. That'll bring up Thomas Marcelino Jr., the sophomore. Did not play in game 1. Good dig by Thomas behind the plate. But, yeah, an absolute beautiful evening, especially if the wind would die down just a little bit, but it's spring in Kansas. You're going to have that. Swung on, line drive out to center. Hike is backing up, and he does make the catch. So 3 up, 3 down for Perry LeCompton, and Nemaha Central gets another chance to tack on to a 9-run lead as we go to the bottom 2. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Nemaha Valley Motors has been proudly serving our Northeast Kansas community for over 5 decades. Come check out our great selection of vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and GMC trucks. Don't see what you're looking for? Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Don't forget about service. Our technicians are factory trained to handle any mechanical issues, including alignments. Come experience the difference here at Nemaha Valley Motors in Seneca.
Come be a part of our family.
Welcome back. You're watching Nemaha Central Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Nemaha Central able to pull ahead in the bottom of the first inning with 10 runs. Just a measly 10-run first inning. No big deal for Nemaha Central.
I got him down to 3 hits.
Yep, double, base on ball, strikeout, base on ball, error. A lot of So Roland Welch still out there. So Levi Thomas will be the first batter of the second inning for Nemaha Central. Reached base on an error. Hit a grounder to the second baseman, and we think the second baseman didn't have the right grip on it or something. It slipped out of his hand because it went 12 to 15 feet down the first base side as Thomas hits one out to right field. Didn't quite get enough of it. Didn't quite barrel it up. So that's a lazy fly ball out to the right fielder. Now bring up Jack Mackey. Strike called. Swung on. Foul down the third base side. just got a tip of it, but the catcher, Buttram, caught it. So that'll be a strikeout. 2 up, 2 down for Nemaha Central in the second. Carter Hike up to bat. Earned base on balls. His first up. Came around to score. Off balance swing on the low and away pitch. Good pitch from Welch. Had Hike confused. Swung on and missed on the second one. Well, kept his hands back and drives it to left field, but the left fielder, Crean, is right there to make the out. Good piece of hitting. Recognized the breaking ball, kept his hands back and turned on it, but hits it right to Crean, the left fielder, and that'll be the third out of the inning. So 3 up and 3 down. A little complete 180 from the first inning for Nemaha Central. Still 10-1 ball game as we go top 3. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV.
There's a place where we all come together. A place where everyone knows your name and what the usual means to you. A place for conversations and for comfort. The best biscuits and gravy in town. We know what it means to love a community, to be a part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. TFI Family Services, Souther Building Supply, Crestview Nursing Home, Farm Bureau Insurance, Community National Bank, and Ag Partners. Sam Nordis back on the mound with a 9-run lead. And it will be the number 9 hole hitter, Baker, the center fielder, to lead off for the Cause in the third inning. 9-hole hitter, but he displayed plenty of pop in that bat in the first game. Plenty of speed on the bases as well for Baker. He's a good ball player. As he takes outside, 1-0. Pitch in the dirt. Baker's ahead 2-0 in the count. Fouled over towards the dugout. One thing that I've noticed about Nordis so far in this game is he has been getting out ahead of ahead of hitters. It hasn't been going deep into counts. Very efficient on the mound. Ooh, just upstairs. 3-1 the count to Baker. Only the second time he's gone into a 3-ball count. That one's upstairs, and that'll be the first walk, or second walk of the day. And that'll bring up Eli Dean, the only other person to get a walk. Walked his first plate appearance. You may remember Dean from basketball and football. He's a good athlete. Swung on, hit a ton. Wind might push it back in play. No, that's going to be out and into the seats. Swung on, popped into the dugout of Perry LeCompton. We saw in the first game, no Perry LeCompton player wanted to touch that ball. We saw in the first game, Buttram was up to bat and popped one over just a foot in front of the dugout, and a Perry LeCompton player stepped out of the dugout and made the catch on it. As a line drive into left field. And Dean is on with a single. But Buttram was up to the plate and one of his teammates stepped outside of the dugout to catch the ball, and they ended up calling Buttram out of the plate. If you're in the dugout, you need to stay in the dugout, and left the dugout and stepped on the field to play. Wirtz was not going to be able to make a play on it at first, but we were all kind of confused at why he did that, but foul back into the net is Metcalf. So you got Baker at second, Dean at first, Metcalf up to the plate, nobody out. Perry LeCompton trying to scratch off a couple of runs. Good opportunity in the third. Swung on, hit out towards right field, and right fielder charging in. They tag up at second base, and Baker is going to make it towards third. Dean stays put at first. So Metcalf does move the runner. I'll bring up Starnes. Playing right field tonight. Was behind the plate in the first one. He hit a grand slam in the first inning. He did not get cheated by that swing. Left center field, and he got all of it. So he's got plenty of power at the plate. Runner is going. Swung by Starnes, and that's going to be over the head. They had a cutoff throw going. So Starnes swung at that ball after it was in the glove of Thomas. As a distraction, maybe? Yeah. So Perry scratches off one more run. Now they got a runner at third. Upstairs. Lined into left field, and that's going to drop right in front of Peterson. Dean's going to come around to score, and Starnes on with a single. So 1 on, 1 out for Roland Welch, who's in for Habiger. Habiger was batting cleanup. But he got pulled as the pitcher. Welch is squaring around. Upstairs, Welch does not look very comfortable in the box. Starnes with a decent lead out at first. Welch squaring around again. Mackey coming up. Strike called. There's Welch squaring around, showing bunt. Does get it down. Back to the pitcher, over to one to record the out. So Welch does what he has asked. The runner does move up into scoring position. Now 2 outs for Tucker. Tucker flew out to the pitcher, his first attempt. Upstairs. Swung on and missed. One and one the count. Pickoff throw, second base. Back in time. Trying to get Starnes sleeping. Breaking ball stayed up just a little bit. 2-1 the count to Tucker. Swung on, that's going to get past Thomas behind the plate. Starnes is going to move up to third. Really had Tucker confused on that pitch because it was a good 1.5 foot outside. Tucker offering at it. So 1 on, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nordis comes set. Here's the pitch. Foul back and out of play, and we'll do it again. High fly ball. That's going to be trouble. Right fielder charging in, and it's going to drop right in front of him. The Starnes is going to come in to score. So Tucker gets on with a bloop single and an RBI. I'll bring up Crean. Playing left field in the second game. Played left field in the first game as well. Good fielder out there. Upstairs. Foul back and out of play. 1-1. Crean grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat in the second inning. The first out of a 1-2-3 inning for Nordis. Had a fairly clean inning in the first as he throws back to first. But that pitch count's getting up there in the third inning for him. Outside. Swung on, hit up in the air. Nordis coming in underneath of it. And he's going to secure it for the final out of the inning. But Perry LeCompton scratches a couple more runs off in the top of the third. We cut into that deficit. It's now a 10-3 ball game. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
We are looking for what everybody's looking for. The employee who wants to come to work, wants to do what's right for the company, the same thing everybody's looking for. In order to entice people, we have a really good benefit plan, great health insurance, ownership, believes in good benefits for our people.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. I misspoke. I should have been looking at my scorecard. I have them at 3 runs in that third inning, so it is a 10-4 ball game. I was looking up at the scoreboard as we were going into break, and they did not have the final run on there, so it is a 10-4 ball game, just a 6-run deficit now for Perry LeCompton. Top of the order going to be coming back up for Nemaha Central and Heenick. One for one at the plate with a double and a walk. Big breaking ball, stayed up and didn't catch any part of the strike zone. Swung on, hot shot over to hot corner. Throw over to one in time. Good play from the third baseman. That is Metcalf over there for Perry LeCompton. Knocked that ball down and got the runner at first. So Evan Olverding with a double in the first. Base on balls, came around to walk both times, or came around to score both times, excuse me. Takes upstairs for ball 1. Little blooper over the shortstop, and that's going to be in for a hit. Oberding rounding first, thinking about it, but not going to advance. As Perry LeCompton does get the ball in. So Oberding is 2 for 2. Sam Nordis with a double and a base on balls. Sounding like a little bit like a broken record. At least for the top of the order. Double walk, double walk, double walk for the top three. Oberding. Snap throw, back in time. And that gets past Butterum behind the plate. Oberding's going to move up 90 feet, and he'll be in scoring position now for Nordis. Outside again. Seems Perry LeCompton's really been trying to work that outside part of the plate all day. 3-1 the count to Sam. Takes ball 4. He'll be awarded first base, and that'll bring up Garrity. 2 on, 1 out. Nemaha Central looking to extend that lead after Perry LeCompton scratched 3 across in the top half of the inning. Nemaha Central will like to get right back to where it used to be. Once again, Garrity is going up there. He's gone up there a few times tonight with one thing on his mind, as he nearly swings out of his shoes. Big breaking ball, stayed up. 1-1 the count to the cleanup hitter for Nemaha Central. Snap throw back to second. Oberding stumbled a little bit going back into the base. Back in time, though. Be able to stretch out that right arm. Had Garrity mixed up. Went low and away. Garrity trying to pull. Garrity is a straight pull hitter, and they're really working him away. So 1 ball, 2 strike. And he's going to get hit by a pitch. He's going to take his base. So now the bases are jacked for Derek Wirtz. Good opportunity for Nemaha Central to pad that lead right now. Hate to do this to Derek, but he was the only one through the first 9 hitters, because Derek's a great kid, but he was the only one, got to point out, that struck out and was out in the first 9. Everyone else in that first time through the order came through and scored. But he gets another opportunity with the bases jacked here. Little grounder out towards third base. Throw over to 1. They do get the out at first, but a run scores, so Wirtz earns an RBI as Oberding comes around to score. Nordis moves up to third, and Garrity will move up to second. Well, that'll be Caden Peterson. Line drive right to Dean at shortstop. A foot or 2 left or right, and that's going to score 2 runs. But 1 run does come across. It's a 4-11 game now. And Nemaha Central in the lead as we go to the top 4. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Sailor Insurance has been serving our customers in the Midwest for over 90 years. At Sailor Insurance, we value every family story as we help protect their dreams and their future. Our goal is to make sure that you have the right insurance coverage to protect your family, home, farm, and business so you can focus on what truly matters. Learn more about what we can do for you at SailorInsurance.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. SBS Insurance, United Bank and Trust, Nemaha Valley Motors, St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Cook & Company, and CNB Custody. In about 5-10 more minutes and that sun will be down. We won't have to mess with the glare anymore on the television. Sam Nordis still toeing the rubber for Nemaha Central in this game. Pitch count got to be getting up there after that third inning. He kind of struggled with some command in some of the spots in the third. So up first will be the catcher, Buttram. Struck out swinging his first plate appearance as he puts a charge into it. Hike is there and secures it for the out. So Buttram really put a charge into that one, but Hike didn't have to move more than 7-8 feet to get to that ball and puts it in his glove to record the first out of the inning. Swung on and missed for Marcelino. Popped up and out of play. Marcelino down 0-2 quickly. Nordis looks so much more comfortable on the mound when he does not have runners. And that's what I was just about to mention. Nordis is really working at a good pace. Marcelino taking time to really disrupt that. Swung on and in the dirt, and that one gets past Thomas. Throw down to first, and they do record the out. Good hustle from Thomas behind the plate to finish off that strikeout. So 2 up, 2 down for Nemaha Central, or for Perry LeCompton. And that'll be the 9-hole hitter, Baker. Inside, ball 1. A little bit outside. 2-0 the count. Caught the inside part. 2-1 now. A little off-balance swing from Baker. Looked like he was backing out as he swung that. Takes low and in the dirt. Counts full. Payoff pitch from Nordis. That'll be outside, and Baker earns a walk. Good plate appearance from Baker. He's had a couple of nice walks today. Came around to score on his last one. That'll bring up the top of the order, and Eli Dean, base on balls in his first plate appearance, and then got on with a single his last time. Came around to score both times. Baker is going. Throw down to second. Underneath of it. Good throw. Just Baker got a great jump, and Baker's a fast base runner. So Baker now in scoring position for Dean. Dean pops it up, and that'll be out of play. And quickly down 0-2 in the count. So hopefully Nordis can finish him off here. Tries to get him to bite on one, low and away. Not a bad pitch. Swung on, popped up. Right fielder's charging in. Henick going out, and that's just going to drop in between all three players. And Baker is going to come around to score. Dean's going to get another bloop single. He'll be sitting on first base, and that'll bring up Metcalf. So pitch count must be getting up for Sam Norris because here comes Schuler Mayberry, and he's going to give the hook to Nordis. Nordis comes on, gives up 5 runs. The runner on first is still his runner. If he does come around to score, it looks like it's going to be Caden Peterson coming in relief. Nordis going to take center. I think Hike's going to probably move over to left. Yep, Hike's going to move over to right, and it looks like Caleb Strothman's going to play left. So we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Oh, no, it's going to be Henick. Never mind. So we'll get it straightened out. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back.
Some are old. Some are new. Some are just right. The perfect home is a place created from the thousands of memories shared within it. A place for laughter. A place for comfort. A place for family and friends alike. We know what it means to have a place we call home. To be a part of a community. To be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
So we were wrong before. It's going to be Henick coming on in relief. He's got that big breaking ball. It's tough to hit. And Peterson's going to come in and take his spot at second. You got Wirtz at first, Olberdine at short, and got Mackey at third, and Thomas behind the plate still. Caleb Strothman will be in left field. Sam Nordis will be in center, and Hike will be playing right field. So Garrett Metcalf, who's grounded out to the second baseman and flied out to right field. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Runner going. Throw down to second base. Oh, not sure if Olberdine swiped it. I don't know if he got him on the hand or not. It looked like from my vantage point he might have missed the tag. But the throw was on time, and it was a great throw. Grounded down, foul. Left field side. So Dean in scoring position now for Metcalf. See if Metcalf can do anything with it. Bounces one in the dirt. Dean thought about it and stops about a third of the way down the line. Swung on, belted towards left center field. That's going to be in for a hit. Dean's going to come around to score as the throw goes up the third base side. And Metcalf is in second base with a double. So Metcalf and Dean trade places. And it is a 5-run lead for Nemaha Central. Perry LeCompton just doing a good job of scratching off a couple runs at a time. Got 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and now 2 here in the second. Upstairs for Starnes. Throw back behind the runner. Back in time. In the dirt. Metcalf is going to advance to third.
Come on, Caleb. Buckle down. You need 1 out.
So Henick struggling with his command a little bit. Swung on a foul down the third base side. And a mile in the air. Wynn's going to play tricks with that one. Wirtz goes over and does make the catch. So Wirtz with good concentration sticks with it and records the out for the final out of the inning. But Perry LeCompton gets a couple more, and it's down to a 5-run lead as we go to the bottom 4. 11-6 ball game. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
What does it mean to be an independent insurance agency? Here at SBS, it means that our customers can be confident in knowing they are getting the coverage they want for the most competitive rates. With our independent status, we are able to partner with multiple competitive companies to quote your personal, farm, business, and life insurance needs. Contact your local SBS office today to find out what an independent agency can do for you.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a quick moment to recognize some of our sponsors. First Heritage Bank, Life Care Center of Seneca, Mitchell Appliance, Nemaha Valley Community Hospital, and Shelter Insurance. New pitcher on for the cause. It will be Henry Hayes, the sophomore. His first 3 are going to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Thomas, Mackey, and Hike. So Thomas reaching on an error in the first, then flew out to the left fielder in the second. Reaching for one, swung on, fouled back. Popped up. That's going to be trouble. Center fielder coming on, and that's going to drop in there for a hit. So another bloop single for Thomas. And going to get a courtesy runner, Kanan Sidbeck, coming in to run for Thomas since he is the catcher. And I'll bring up Jack Mackey to the plate. That gets past Buttram behind the plate. Sidbeck's going to move up 90 feet to second base. Mackey sits on one, drives it out to center field. Butler is there. Deep enough that Sidbeck is going to try and move up. Good relay, but Sidbeck does get underneath the tag. Excuse me, Baker, not Butler. So Mackey does move the runner over to third. Now that'll bring up Hike. Is he swinging a wood bat?
No.
It looks like it's not. All right. So Sidbeck at third. Big sweeper. Good soft from Buttram behind the plate.
I don't know what that coach was arguing, but apparently he didn't like something.
In the dirt, and that one gets past the catcher. Sidbeck in. He's going to score. So leadoff single, bloop single from Thomas, and they pinch run Sidbeck. He comes around after a steal and Good base running, comes around to score. Now Heiko's up with nobody on and 1 out.
Dang it, that was my RBI.
Yeah, he's upset. He wanted an RBI opportunity out of that. He shoots one out into right field, and that's going to be in for a hit. There goes his RBI. That would have been perfect. But a good at-bat for Hike as he gets on with a single. I'll bring up Caleb Heenick. The order flips over. For the third time tonight. This will be Heenick's 4th at-bat. Outside. Hike going. That one gets past Buttram. Behind the plate, no throw. Hike will take second base. So now our RBI opportunity for Heenick. Strike called right at the knees. Good pitch. 2-1 the count, 1 out. Hike at second. Heenick at, Hike at second, Heenick at the plate. They can't put them right next to each other in the batting order. It just screws me all up. It's like Mackey and McKee. Hike dancing around, gets Hayes to fake a throw. And that's going to be quick pitch and the ball 4. So Heenick earns a base on balls, his second walk of the day. So he's sitting on first now. Evan Olberding up to bat with 2 on, 1 out. Oh, that's going to be in there for a gapper. Olberding, that's going all the way to the wall. Heenick's coming around third. Hike's coming around third. There's going to be 2 runs scored from the double from Evan Olberding. What a great hit from Evan Olberding. Just kept his hands back on the big breaking ball from Hayes and put a drive into it, right into the gap, and made it all the way to the wall. Bases clearing RBI. So Sam Nordis up to bat now. Inside. In there for a strike call. 1-1. Outside, good block from Buttram. That was textbook from the catcher. Down to your knees, slide over. In there for a strike called. That'll even out the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Inside, full count.
Body language? Really?
Swung on, hit over towards Dean at shortstop. Nasty bounce. Good job from Olberding to step in front of Dean. Just kind of waited it out and stepped right in front of him as that ball came and got in Dean's field of view just to throw him off enough. Good job from Evan Olberding on that base running. That was heads up, smart play. He plays the shortstop position too. He knows how it can be. So that's going to be runners at the corners now for Garrity. Inside, nearly clipped Garrity. So Garrity back into the box. Hayes sets. Runner going from first. Throw down to second and is cut off by Dean. So Nordis sitting at second. Olberding sitting at third. Strike called. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Garrity. Swung on line towards right field. That's going to be in for a hit. 1 run is around. They're going to send the runner at third. No, they're going to stop him. Olberding comes around to score. Nordis puts on the brakes as he rounds third. Good call from Schuler Mayberry at third to hold Nordis. So now runners at the corners for Wirtz. Still 1 out in the inning. 4 runs have came across so far. Big breaking ball stayed up. Garrity takes second base on the pitch. No throw. And Perry LeCompton manager wants to come out and have a word with his pitcher. Not sure if they're going to give him the hook yet. Has not signaled. I think he's just going to talk over strategies with his team. Yep, just want to talk something over. Hayes still out there. So Wirtz up to bat with runners at second and third. In there for a strike called, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. A little inside pitch. Throw to first. Gets the out. 1 run is going to score. Wirtz did not mean to go around on it, but caught the inside part of the bat, and, well, it gets an RBI out of it. Nordis comes around to score. Garrity moves up to third. Now bring up Peterson with 2 outs, runner at third. Chance for an RBI. Just low. Oh, that was a pitch. Must have been thinking something else, and that was a good one to keep your hands back and turn on. Outside, 2-1. Three balls and 1 strike. Strike called. And that'll be full. Full count, 2 outs. Reached out and got a piece of it. Fouled back out of the play. We'll do it again. Swung on and missed for the final out of the inning. But Nemaha Central comes back and scores 5 in the bottom of the fourth to take a 16-6 lead. As we go top 5, 10-run advantage for Nemaha Central. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Work-life balance, being 10 minutes away from my kids, my own home. There's so many benefits to being in a small company in your own town that you know people and you can go to do those things. You can get to your kids' events and not worry about you're missing something.
Welcome back. Thunder Baseball, SCTV. Quick minute we got here. Go over some of our SCTV sponsors. First Heritage Bank, Life Care Center of Seneca, Mitchell Appliance, Nemaha Valley Community Hospital, and Shelter Insurance. So Nemaha Central getting back to a 10-run lead. Henick still on the mound for Nemaha Central. We're going to have number 6, Henry Hayes. The 4-hole hitter. Low in the zone. So started out with Habiger, went to Welch. Welch, Sackbone, and now it's Hayes in this position in the lineup. In the dirt, 2-0. Once more in the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes. Upstairs, 4-pitch walk for Hayes. That'll bring up Tucker. Tucker flied out in the first inning to the pitcher. Got a single in the third. So officially 1 for 2. Hayes is going, throw down to second. Good throw. They got him. There's the signal, absolutely. What a throw from Thomas behind the plate. Good tag from Olberding at short. So that'll be a caught stealing for Hayes. Yeah, that was a dart from Levi Thomas from behind the dish. So Tucker with an 0-1 count. Popped up and looks like it's going to reach the seats, and it does. So Tucker quickly down 0-2. Big breaking ball. Henick with a smile on his face after that one. He really went for it on that, but couldn't get quite on top of it. Comes back. Oh, man, I thought that was in there. So counts even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outside. Full count. Strike 3. Just nice pitch on the outside part of the plate. Got got Tucker swinging. That'll bring up Cream. Ground out to the shortstop, then popped out to the pitcher. So he's 0 for 2 in his evening. Ball 1 in the dirt. Strike on the black on the outside part. Man, that's a tough pitch if he's going to get that location. Grounder out towards Oberdeen at short. Throw over to 1 in time. That's the third out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down, even though Hayes did get on, gets caught stealing. And that's going to be the end of it. So run rule is 10 runs after 5. So that's going to be it. Nemaha Central takes game 2 16-6 after they drop game 1 14-9. So 1-1 on the evening. I've been Cody Steinloggy calling the game for you. Caleb Ridenauer on the production. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. That'll be it.